Hello, today I want to show off a quick post Wild Survivors Dinosaur deck profile for you guys. I've been testing this one quite a lot and doing a lot of research because, if you can tell by the accessories, Dinosaur is one of my favorite decks. So I kind of just wanted to show off what I've come up with and really just get it to you guys so you can leave your thoughts. So to start, 3 Oviraptor, pretty standard, 1 Misc, best card, 1 Giant Rex, still need it. And then for babies, we have 3 baby Cerosaurus and 2 Petite Pteranodon. I was thinking about playing 3 of this, but 2 is a good spot. You need to cut some stuff to fit some non-engine space. We play the 1 Animadorned. Some people play 2. I'm personally only a fan of 1. I don't like normal summoning this card, so I don't really want to open it. It sucks when you open it by itself when you're playing 1, but I'm fine to do that. Play 3 Scrap Raptor. A lot of people only play 2 of this card, but I think you need to play 3, because if you play 2 and you hard open 1, you can't summon 1 from deck off your baby and summon 1 from deck off your Scrap Wyvern. So I play 3, so that way even if you open 1 of them, you could still do the combo. Just Scrap Chimera as kind of the brick of the deck. Some people play Scrap Golem. I don't think it's necessary. That card is the worst card in the game to draw in your hand because Scrap Wyvern cannot summon it out. So just the Chimera. You play 2 Conductor. I've considered playing 1 because it bricks it 2, but you just need to see it in the grind game enough that I think 2 is still required. 1 Dogeron. Being able to search a Kaiju in matchups where they don't expect it is really, really, really good. 1 Pink. Card's great. Just having an engine go second card is really important, honestly. And then for the last Dino cards, we play the 1 new Xenometeorus and 1 Megalo Smasher X. Obviously, you don't really want to open the vanilla, but it isn't the worst thing in the world to open. You could still combo off with it. So that's it for the Dinos. A lot of engine there. And then for the rest of the monsters, we still play 3 Ash. So these are our hand traps. We have other going second cards elsewhere in the profile, but Ash is Ash. Then for consistency, we have 3 Fossil Dig, 3 Ground Xeno. This card is crazy. I'll show off a combo with it later. And then 3 Prosperity. So even post support, Dino is still a deck that takes 2 cards to combo. And so Prosby is just your best way of seeing a Fossil Dig, an Oviraptor, a baby, etc., etc., etc. Card's just way too good not to play. And then for the remainder of it, we play 2 Double Evo Pill. This card you do need to play 2 of so that you can always have 1 in deck for Animadorned. Plus drawing 1 isn't that bad. It's a good follow-up. We play 2 Lost World. It's pretty good in this format, actually. Lost World is insane versus Cash, because if they try and crash the token in, you can just Lost World protect the token. And if they can't out it, they lose the game. 2 Talents. I was looking for more going second cards that were also good or decent going first. That's why I'm not main decking Dark Ruler and things like that. But Talents were pretty good. Really good against Cash. Good at breaking boards. And even good if you go first and get ashed. And then finally, 1 9 Pillars. If you could see this, you expect what's coming in the extra deck. Basically, after watching all the Dino profiles on YouTube, I was kind of disappointed at how often the boards would just lose to a Dark Ruler, and so I kind of made it a point to focus on getting to a way to out Dark Ruler, which I'll show in the main combo. To the extra deck, we have 2 tokens, Destroyosaurus one made by my friend Triangle, really great, always get questions about it, and then the Jura Egg token, really great. And then for extra, we have 1 Skull Dread. You'll notice a lot of cards in the extra deck are part of that Xenometeorus 4 types. So we play Skull Dread because it is a Link 4 that's a dragon, which comes up. 1 Phoenix for outing Floodgates, Scrap Wyvern, mandatory, Pentastag, and Link Karibo. I am still playing the Pentastag Dugaries combo, which helps OTK through almost any board, and that combo is so good in Dino. For XYZs, we have a Zeus, card still broken, a Lagi and a Dolka, you have to play them if you're playing Dino. Baguska, good after you get drolled or shifted. And then the aforementioned Dugaries the Timeless. This card is crazy when you have a 7K UCT that pierces. For synchros, we have two 10s. We have a Barone and a Chengying. Chengying can be made after you Xeno lock yourself. Barone cannot. So depending on certain hands, you make the Barone early, or later on you can make the Chengying. Chengying is also pretty good because it triggers off Evo Pill and things like that. So there's a lot of ways to work with it in the deck. And then we have a Boral Savage and a Denglong. So Denglong, when it came back, a lot of people were playing the main deck Yang Zings and trying to go crazy combo. But this deck really needs to cut back on bricks. So we just played Denglong to get the searchable Dark Ruler negate. And it's pretty good for what it does. The fact that you could summon it after locking yourself is really good. And then one Transcendrasaurus Gigantozauler. This card is insane because you're already playing Ground Xeno, so you don't have to go through extra steps to kind of fusion them. And it gets you follow-up, and it's good to leave on the end board. This card's just nuts. And then finally, moving on to the side deck, we have 3 Nibiru for combo decks, 3 Droll for combo decks, and 3 Dark Ruler for combo decks. Like I mentioned, this deck can't main deck a lot of non-engine, and so we just have a lot of it in our side deck. And then we have 2 Cosmic, 2 Storm, and a Duster for back row decks. Lost World's pretty good at fighting through like Labyrinth back row, but it doesn't help. It doesn't hurt to have a blowout to just finish that off. And then the 1 Called By for when we're going first. Ash on Misk is still crazy, so you want to make sure you have an answer to that. So real quick, I'm going to show you guys a 2-card combo with the newest Ground Xeno and the baby. This combo will end on the Denglong, so we'll get her started. So all you have to do is start with Ground Xeno, searching out your Xeno Meteorus, and then destroying your baby. Baby will trigger as Chainlink 1, and Xeno will trigger as Chainlink 2 to chain block your baby in case it comes up. And then off baby, we will summon out an Oviraptor. With Oviraptor's effect, we'll search for another baby. And now you might be tempted to normal summon the baby and do the trade with Oviraptor, but you don't need to. You can use Xeno effect to pop the baby and summon out the vanilla from our deck. And then on the new chain, baby will trigger to summon out another baby. This combo actually doesn't even really use the normal summon. So if you want, you could extend even further depending on your hand. So we go Ovi to trade the babies here, summoning one and then popping the other. This will trigger this baby to summon out a Scrap Raptor. We'll then use Scrap Raptor to pop baby to get us an additional normal of a scrap, and then baby will trigger to summon out the Miscellaneous. We will then use Ground Xeno to fusion with Misk and Megalo Smasher. This way we get Misk in the grave, and then we summon Megalozauler, sorry. And we will use Gigantozauler effect on summon to add back a baby to our hand. And then from here, we will link these two off, the Scrap Raptor and the Xeno, into the Dragon type Scrap Dragon. Important reminder, we are locked by Xeno at this point, so no Appaloozas are going to be made or anything like that. We're going to go Miscellaneous effect for 1 to summon out the Animadorned. Right here. And Animadorned will pop the baby. This will let us add a double evolution pill. And then baby will summon out a Petite Pteranodon. Using Scrap Wyvern's effect, we're going to revive Scrap Raptor, and then immediately pop Scrap Raptor. And on new chain, we'll go Scrap Wyvern to summon from deck, and pop a card on the board, and then Scrap Raptor to search a non-tuner Scrap Monster. So Raptor will search as Chimera, and Wyvern will special the Raptor, and pop the Petite. Petite will then trigger to summon Giant Rex for follow-up. And then we will proceed to overlay Oviraptor and Giant Rex into our classic Dolka. Now there are lines where you could, instead of Giant Rex, summon Scrap Raptor and make a level 8 Savage or something of that nature. But I like Dolka because it's 2 interrupts rather than just 1 in a board where we have a pretty diverse amount of interrupts. We're then going to synchro the Raptor and the Animadorn for Denglong and trigger Denglong to search for 9 pillars. We do it Dolka first, then Denglong, just in case they're holding the Veiler for the Denglong. Maybe they have Dark Ruler Veiler and they're holding on, which has come up for me before, and I learned very fast not to make that mistake again. Using our additional normal from Raptor, we're going to normal the Chimera, revive the Raptor, and then link these 3 into a link 4 of Saryuja. I always like leaving this zone empty, one of these, to always leave UCT available for Pentastag. We're going to then activate Double Evolution Pill, banishing Scrap Chimera as our non-dino, and Animadorned as our dino. We choose Animadorn, so this way, if they held their Bystials, they cannot, as everything in our grave is earth, fire, or water. This will, in turn, summon Ultimate Conductor. And off of 2 cards, we have a Dark Ruler Answer with 9 pillars, 2 Monster Negates with Dolka, and a fun interaction with Conductor, where, say they summon a monster, and they set a back row. You can use Ultimate Conductor to pop Gigantazowler, and then on a new chain, trigger Zowler to shuffle back the vanilla Megalo Smasher, resummon the Gigantazowler, and then because he was special, he gets to add back a Dino, so we'll add back Petite. And if he's summoned from the grave, as he just was, he can pop, non-targeting, a card on our field or in our hand, and then a card on the opponent's board. So using this effect, we can pop the Petite that we just added back, pop another card on their board, and then new train, trigger the Petite to summon out Pankratops. So off of those 2 cards, it's 2 Monster Negates, Spell Trap, Book of Eclipse, non-targeting pop, and a Pankratops to pop another card. So this deck changes a lot post-Dune with the new rank 6. So I will definitely share with you guys a video when that comes out. But for now, thanks for watching, subscribe, and I'll see you later.